Who wants to hear about haunted locations?
Oh, me.
Yay! Sweet, sweet. How about a haunted location that you've already heard about before?
No, not really. Just
No?
like
Well, tough shit.
I
I,
actually like when I'm going to look for a ghost show or something on YouTube, I hate it because I am more drawn to the places that we've been to than
yeah.
like when I'm selecting stuff. I do like to watch new stuff, but I'll be like, if it's like those Project Fear kids, I'll be like, ooh, I've been to that place. Let me see like what it was like for them, to like compare notes. So,
Yes, yes, especially since we've been doing our evidence autopsy, that makes a lot of sense because it's like we talked about that on a past show. Like it's validating to find out that other paranormal investigators go to a location that we go to and come back with similar experiences. Or it's questioning like why didn't we get similar experiences, or can we go and get a similar experience? But it's still cool to be like, I've seen that place with my own eyes. I know which room they're in.
hmm
And, instead of vice versa. So I do the same thing. I like to see past places that we've been to, or places that are on the bucket list. Uh, I love places that I've never even heard of before because I'm like, whoa, hold on. Let's start taking some notes. Where is this place? Can I get there by car? Do I have to book a flight? But anyways, I know that's a little off the beaten path of what I was getting at. I am reviewing one of the locations that we've been to fairly recently. This is going to be like a part four because I'm just now getting around to reviewing the rest of my evidence. But this is a good location. This is actually one of those places that is off the beaten path. It's not heavily explored. As a matter of fact, the only investigation that I saw on it prior to us going had me kind of shaking in my boots. I was very intimidated to go to this location. And we walked away with a bunch of EVPs and some good experiences. We even have a sweet music video from this location. And I had just put it out, I guess, on TikTok maybe a month or so ago. So all of that to tell you that I'm going to be wrapping up my evidence autopsy for the Acadia Ranch in Oracle, right? Oracle, Arizona?
yes,
Oracle, okay.
yes.
It's such a cool name, like all of it together that I question myself that I'm saying it right. Acadia Ranch and Oracle, like all of that. It's just very like mysterious sounding. So like, it makes sense that there would be so much cool shit happening there. But anyways, I said that I was shaking in my boots because there was a lot of mystery behind the Ghost Adventures episode that I watched. It made it seem like this place was, I said off the beaten path. It made it seem like this was way down a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so it's in the middle of the desert. It's not really in the middle of nowhere. There's other buildings, there's houses surrounding it. The street was pretty busy. Like, so there's alive people. you know, you don't have to go too far. There's a house that was pretty close to the ranch too, and then he was just like, "Hey," when I say he, it was the man that we met up with that gave us the keys and gave us the tour of the location. But he said, just kind of stick to this side of the ranch instead of that side, just because people live there and, they're trying to sleep. They're trying to do their regular thing. So turned out it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. This was a really cool place. And funny enough, the very first bit of video I'm going to share with you is all from my cell phone, and it was from the moment we got there. So this is us walking through the ranch. You'll hear the voice of the gentleman that kind of met up with us and gave us a tour, and a big, wonderful history buff. He was someone to like you want to sit down for hours and just talk to him about the location because he knew it all and just loved. You could tell he just had a love of the location and the surrounding areas and would love to just continue talking about it. So you'll see him in this video because I filmed it with my phone. I actually filmed it like TikTok style, so it's not like widescreen for YouTube. It's
Yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying? It's like our live video, which, by the way, when I said this is going to be a part four, we have a live video. I have an episode, and then Wendy's episode, I think was the last one. Last time we talked about this was episode 10.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
Wow, is right. When I was looking that up, I'm like, is that for real? Has it been that long? So it's not that bad that I'm revisiting this location because we've had some time to digest other locations. So this will be kind of like a fun little walk in back. How do you say that? A little walk down memory lane. How about that?
Yeah. But not from that long ago.
Right.
2024, right?
It was last year,
Oh,
November, right?
last year. Okay. 2025. Yeah, it was November. So
Yeah.
I love this location. I really do. It
I
really turned out good. Like we didn't know what to expect. There's stuff online, like on YouTube, but it's not a whole lot. And
right.
yeah, yeah. And Ghost Adventure portrays it a bit differently.
Yeah.
It was still kind of intimidating, I think, just because it's on the main road and there's so many windows and doors and the
Hmm.
creaky floor everywhere. And
Yes.
you could tell something was definitely there with us. So, yeah, I love this place.
Yeah, and leaving it to go out into the night, into the desert, to, go down the dirt road to find that tack room. I can't remember, but that shed
Right.
that when you watch the Ghost Adventures episode, like it is scary stuff down there. Like just that walk was kind of scary for me because when we did the walk initially, I heard like what sounded like a gunshot. So like I didn't want to go back and do that walk again. But on top of that, I was already intimidated because of the episode altogether. Having said that, we've talked about how our energy usually seems to feed like the spirits there, and it seems almost as if they understand that we're intimidated, so they're going to continue to ramp that up and make us feel more and more intimidated. It honestly, it kind of, there was energy there, but I felt more and more at ease as the night went on at this location, which is backwards from what I'm used to. Usually it's the other way around. If I'm intimidated, it gets like more and more intense. Not here. I don't know. It was, you could tell that things were going on. Maybe it's because there was nothing that negative,
Hmm. Hmm.
but also maybe because of the love that is being put into this place on a daily basis with, again, this gentleman that I cannot remember his name. Maybe they feel more appreciated there than at some of the other locations that we've been to. I don't know, but what do you think?
First off, this isn't helpful, but I think his name is David or it's John.
David or John? Okay.
What are the other? Don't remember. Maybe John. But
Okay.
yeah, I agree. I think the people that run it, like it's a historical society, right? I think they
Hmm.
love the history that they've got going on in Oracle, and this is a great building for them to present that and stuff. So there is a lot of love that goes into this location. I love the
Yeah.
way that they have it set up. And I think just the fact that like you had just flown in, we got there, we're trying to eat and like
Yeah,
it started
we
investigating.
were.
It was kind of like chill because we're like unpacking, we're getting organized. It's like setting yourself up for the evening, having your dinner or whatever, and we were doing all of that with ghosts. I felt pretty chill the whole time, even though it felt like something was there with us. It just
Hmm.
didn't feel scary. And then, of
Right.
course, the second that we try to lay down and go to sleep, that's when it's
I
like a
know.
different story for me. Like every noise, I'm like,
Where are you? You just know they're like tiptoeing up to you. They want
right.
to like now pull on your hair and stuff, like
Yeah, I just don't want to close my eyes and open them up and them just be like,
staring at you in the
yeah,
face.
like
You
so
know, one day we are going to have that experience. I think maybe one of the locations we're heading to very soon. It's going to happen. It's
I
going to
don't want it.
happen.
I don't want it. I'm gonna sleep with an eye mask.
I
I don't
know.
want it. I
You know
don't
what?
want it.
How funny though, that might trip them up. We have these really sweet ghost eye masks that we got. Yeah,
That's
and
right.
they have eyes.
Yeah,
We should do that.
that's what we're gonna do.
We trip them up. They're gonna think that we're awake, so they won't come tiptoeing around.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off this video again. Oh, actually, so I haven't warned you, and I need to. Some of the voices are quiet, of course. Some of them aren't. Yay! I reviewed all of this while I was sick as a dog. I had a fever, I had a headache, I couldn't see straight. I was so sick. So I wondered if on some of these that I'm telling you are very quiet might have been in my head. I don't, we'll see. We'll see if you hear them too. So just, this might be a real fun episode. We'll all in stride take it together and see if I was losing my mind or if there are actually voices there. So here we go.
It's like those games that people play when they're like, I know my coffee or whatever. I could pick my coffee out, like
Oh yeah.
my Starbucks coffee, and then they make them drink like, you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
box, and so this is kind of a fun game to play with like paranormal investigators. Like, is there an
Is
EVP
it?
or isn't
Mm.
there?
Was I losing my shit or is it a ghost? I don't know. I just know that it's a different experience of reviewing evidence. I mean, I couldn't leave the house and I had to get it done. So I'm like, shoot, let's do it. I felt like I spent a really good amount of time reviewing this evidence. So that's another reason why I'm like, was I just starting to hear voices? And I'm like, yes, that's a voice. Do clipped. Clip, you know? We'll see. All right. So let the fun begin.
Go wiggling around, tickling your feet.
Props on you. And there's water in the fridge, and you can put anything you want in there.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so that first one comes in, it's very faint, obviously. I said it was very faint. But I had to, this is kind of where I started hearing voices, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect something to be talking to us as he's just kind of walking us through the building. He's turning on the lights, he's showing us what's, the cold storage area and this walk through and the kitchen and all of that. And I get this voice, and it's very whispery, but I hear, have all day in the end. And it's almost kind of like, sure, take your time. I've got all day in the end, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for spirit to say this, right? Like, because they have
Yeah.
all the time in the world, like
Mhm.
nothing's changing for them. Um, and I'm not surprised that they're active when we're first in the building. Not only are we with somebody that they're familiar with, but like, we're first getting in there. But
Yes.
yeah, it's
I
interesting.
so one of the things that Wendy had suggested, and I don't even know if we were doing the show back then, but I know that we've said it on the show since then, was kind of start recording as soon as you walk in the door because the ghosts are going to be surprised by you and they might start chit-chatting. So I did start recording like as soon as we walked in, and I have a very long video of our walkthrough, but I only got like a handful of EVPs here. But still, just enough to let you know, like that I'm recording this on my phone and was hearing these voices. Now I bet if I had my digital recorder, this would have come through a lot more clearly, but still interesting to catch it on my cell phone just in the beginning walkthrough.
Yeah.
Now, this next one I'm going to play for you isn't as pleasant, and I think it's right, like just right behind this one. So I don't think like I shift to another part of the building at all. I think it's like right behind this one. Yes. So have all day in the end, and then someone else coming through saying, fuck off, it doesn't matter. So I don't know if that was to me or to the other spirit, because if you look at both of those side by side, it almost seems like two people having a conversation.
Right. Yes, that's what I would say. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the fuck off actually to me was the loudest part of all of that,
Yep.
which is wonderful. I'm glad that I caught that so loud and clear. It doesn't matter, kind of comes through a little more softly.
I agree.
All right. So the next
Was
one,
that the
we're,
restroom or is that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So obviously, I'm doing a lot of moving around. We had just kind of gone through the gift shop, saw some really cool trinkets that I wish that I had cash at the time so we could have looted, well, not looted, loaded up, I guess, on some of their cool stuff. And I kind of hate how I did this clip because really you hear me walking around and the pop, pop, pop. You can't really tell that those are words because I clipped it too quickly. But you know, I had been filming this entire time. You guys had walked through, I'm walking through, and there was nothing going on except those voices kind of came through. And it's quiet. It's quiet.
You can hear where it like starts though. And then if you know, really tune in, then you
Hmm.
can hear it. I just wonder who they talking about. Like, are these residual, is that a residual conversation or comment or whatever? Or
Right.
like who's Jay? Is
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Jay, listen, we're missing somebody. Is it because one of the spirits was off doing something else and they're alerting another, some one of the spirits is alerting another of the spirits that there's somebody here now. Shit, we can't do what we were gonna do. Somebody's missing. I don't know. It just this voice just popped in and it's very faint, so it took me a while to make it out. But that's all I hear when I listen to it over and over again.
Yeah. Well, cool, you got a name though.
Yeah, I got another one and another one. I think the next two EVPs are all names. Well, I backed it up, so.
Do you have any cash?
I got $11, so you can get one order.
Well, we gotta keep those down. Just 'cause the neighbor can hear it,
Gotcha.
sound travels real good.
So really faint, almost just like on the wind. Stay dim. Like I'm shocked that the mic on my phone was able to even pick that up. But yeah, so it's kind of one of the reasons why I was pressing so hard to, if you remembered a name of our tour guide here, it's none of these names that I have. So I don't know who they're talking about again. Stay, Tim, or maybe it's Jim. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I hear.
Yeah, but I don't think that's his name. But
Right, right.
then again, I'm silly and I can't remember a lot of
Oh,
stuff. So
the next one was the one I was like, ooh, that would be cool if that's his name because of how things happen. But I don't know. I don't know if he's on the website for this location, if his name comes up in the historical society or something. I'd like to try and figure out what his name was somehow and see if it's any of these names because that would be really cool. But I think this next one comes through a little bit louder.
You hear that? No screaming.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I'll try to do my
If
best.
you like it, all you gotta do is
And I almost kind of hear say goodbye to Joe. Say goodbye to Joe instead of say goodbye, Joe. It's
his
quiet again.
name is John.
It is John.
Yes,
Okay.
I just looked it up. John,
Okay.
and I have his last name too, but I guess we won't say that unless it comes up. It's relevant.
Sure.
But yeah, it is John. And
Okay.
but that, I mean, you can hear all of these. They are just very faint. They're just
Yeah.
like little whispers. It's so interesting how they're all whispers too. Like they're all staying
Yeah.
on that same level of volume.
Right. Right. They were all trying to, they were all trying to be quiet about it, or the volume, the mic on my phone wasn't able to just pick them up as good as like if I had had my digital recorder out, or maybe even the mic on my night vision camera picks up really good sound. So it could be that they're really low energy or the whispers are somehow uniquely very similar. Actually, later on in some of these other clips that I'm going to show you that I think is from my GoPro, they're very whispery again. So it might just be that type of energy that was I was able to pick up.
Well, I feel like we talked about that we felt like maybe these spirits were constantly trying to like hide from us. So
Hmm.
it would make sense that they're like standing in the corner of a different room whispering about it, you know? Like,
Sure.
yeah, to like each other, like, holy shit, there's people here.
Right. Yeah, you're right. They could have been farther away, and my mic was just picking up as good as it could.
Right.
Um, that would make sense. I think it's interesting, though, the ones that I got in the hallway, because I get more in that hallway over there by the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
between the kitchen and the cold room, and they're whispery again. So I don't know if they're there in that area or if they're somewhere nearby, and I just keep having to, by chance, picking up voices right around that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but actually, now that I think of it, all of these voices are pretty much in the same locations that I just showed you. So that is another thing that's kind of interesting to point out.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you one more EVP from my phone, and then the very last one I'm going to need your help with because I'm not sure. Maybe it was actually a noise that you made, but then that's it from my cell phone. And then everything else we're going to jump to my GoPro. Is a skull there? Is that a skull there? It's super hard to hear. There's a car somewhere driving on the road, so you hear that in the background. But there is this whisper that happens to come through as we're leaving. It's weird because I'm facing the door where there is like, the little just, emblem of a skull, I guess. So I don't know if they're referring to that or if this is, just a memory on replay. You said that this was once a hospital, so yeah, I hope there wouldn't just be skulls laying around unless they were in the room happening to see, somebody having surgery or something like that, and it's that sort of a replay.
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what we're wearing either. So maybe
Oh,
they're seeing something on our clothes or our bag, a pen or your earrings. I mean, you're always wearing fun stuff. So maybe something looked like a skull. I don't remember exactly. I mean, I kind of know what I was wearing, I think. But
I was
then
wearing the Haunted Museum shirt, the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum shirt.
okay. I'm not sure there's a skull on that. Anyways, it's a
I don't
very
know.
interesting statement for sure because this
Yeah,
is like a TB hospital. They shouldn't have skulls, you know?
skulls. Right,
Yeah.
right.
No.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, it's very faint, and I could be like mishearing it. It might
Yeah.
not even be saying, "Is that a skull there?" It might be saying something else.
It's
Is that
definitely
a girl there? You know?
no, I would still say it's an S word. Like you can
Hmm.
hear, I mean, it sounds like skull. So is it skull or school or just something that kind of rhymes with
Oh,
that? But it's definitely an S word. So, I mean, you got to go with your gut and what it sounds
yeah.
closest to you. And it might be wrong. When they're whispery like this, there's always kind of left for interpretation.
Yeah, true. That's true. So we'll leave that one as we don't know what it means, what it's referring to, but I'm with you. I thought I heard the skull like
Hmm.
pretty loud and clear too, but I don't know what they could be referring to. Okay, so let me play the very next one from my phone. Oh, I left this a little long too, so that you could see there was nothing else on the porch but us, or the veranda, the porch, whatever.
Western history,
Oh, I love it.
history room, with the
Yeah,
Camp Grant massacre, room, with the
yeah,
Camp Grant massacre, room, with the
yeah.
Camp Grant massacre.
Okay, so he's talking about a massacre, and there's this like boop that comes in, and then a little bit later, another eep. And I don't, Wendy, listen, is that you like reacting to this guy talking about this massacre, or is this something paranormal?
I don't think I'm making beeps and eeks.
Right? I know. It just sucks because like I'm not facing you, and I know he's talking about something that might be a little, gruesome. But I didn't think that you'd be making these noises, especially like the first one sounds really odd. Like it sounds like a beep, beep. I don't know why that comes through. It's not a floorboard creaking because you can tell the way that that sounds. It sounds like footsteps on the floor. It's not a, squeaky, creaky kind of thing.
Play it again.
Okay. Yeah, and they come in pretty fast too.
Western history,
Oh, I love it.
history room, with the
Yeah.
Cam Grant massacre. With the
Yeah.
Cam Grant massacre. With the
Yeah.
Cam Grant massacre.
And it could even be a word. It's just a boop. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely subscribe to the fact that sometimes we get odd noises, and I think they're just pieces of words. Like all that could break through was a sound instead of like the complete word or complete
Mhm.
sentence. But no, I don't. I don't think that's me.
Okay, cool. Well, cool. I watched the rest of this. I was hoping that we would have more real words or whatever, but the last thing that I got was this odd noise, and it's an interesting noise. But that's all that I had from right there in this area where he's talking about a massacre.
Well, we didn't get a whole lot in that room. I don't
That's true.
remember at
No,
least,
you're
but
right.
we tried for a
Abs-
long time to get some interaction and nothing was happening in that room.
Yeah, no, you're right. We were in there for a good long time. I felt maybe we stayed in there way too long, but we were trying. It was a post office. I mean, there was a lot of like energy we felt that might have stayed there. And I mean, I never found anything else except for that one little a squeak and a beep or whatever. Maybe that was someone freaking out that we were in their spot. They're like, "Oh shit, I gotta go, bye!" You know?
No, I think we
Um,
consistently got stuff in the kitchen-ish area, like that whole strip
mhm.
of area, the hallway, like in the front of the building, and then back where we had our cots and stuff, that big room.
Yeah.
Those other smaller rooms just didn't really produce a whole lot for us.
Yeah, that's really what I'm going to be showing you again tonight. Those rooms, those areas. It seemed like that's where the activity was. The hallways, the pass-throughs, that main room. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm actually going to start out in the main room where we had our cots were and like our ghost hub, like where all of our equipment was and all of that. I'm going to start out there. Okay, so this first voice is going to come through, and then there's another voice. So right in the beginning, I'm going to show you two.
Oh, that thing got me.
What? Oh shit.
I was like, there's something in the.
So faint, but it's a woman's voice that kind of comes through and almost like a beckoning sort of a way, or hey, stop crying, like it's motherly or nurturing.
Yeah.
Um, and then just some other random voice says Jules. And I don't, is this another name or is he talking about steal the jewels? Maybe I misspelled it, like where
Yeah.
are the jewels? Stick them up.
Yeah, what if it's a robbery and somebody's crying and
Right, right.
yeah, it all goes at the same time? Because this place operated as a lot of different things over the years. Like it was a
Yeah,
hospital, and I don't think anybody's robbing a hospital, but it was like a hotel and stuff at the same time, and
right.
just a ranch or whatever. That's it's definitely interesting. Like, because I don't think this one at least is not, it's not interacting to anything we're doing. So I think
No.
these are just like emotions that are imprinted in the space.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe that. I thought it was interesting how when you walked away, that's when I heard the woman's voice. And I had to like listen to that a few times. I'm like, did she start talking to herself? But the words that I picked out, I'm like, okay, A, it doesn't sound like Wendy. And B, why would she say, hey, stop crying? Like that doesn't make any sense at all. And I think like you come back right after that. See, and you're still talking, but you sound nothing like that voice that I picked up.
Yeah, I don't feel like it sounds the same.
Right. So I thought that that was kind of cool, probably just residual, but hey, also more to add to the list of voices that we got from this location. So now I'm gonna put us back in that hallway between the kitchen and the cold storage. And Wendy and I are having just a random conversation about Black Friday because it is November and we're talking about buying stuff, of course. There's a voice that comes through right then, and it's funny the way that I catch it. The voice comes through, and then it sounds like he's like they're running to catch up to me and they say it again, like, I kind of get a piece of what they're saying and then I catch the full part. Let me play it for you so you can see what I'm talking about.
Um,
Oh shit. Oh, I've got my stuff out of order. That was a lie what I just told you. Let me back
Spoiler?
it up. Spoiler. This is just another voice in this main room. Okay, here we go.
um, and then try and keep it, and then try and keep it, and then try and keep it like.
So, going along with the idea that maybe this was some sort of a robbery, the Get It voice could have been in line with that.
Mhm.
And I hadn't even thought about that before we started doing the show. I thought that they were talking about whatever it was that you're doing. Like maybe they were like trying to get something away from you, but nothing ever happens to you. You don't feel anything in this moment. You're still focused on what you're doing. So maybe actually it's just part of that other conversation that we picked up earlier.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, and I think that that one kind of comes through a little loud. It's like, get it.
It is.
Um,
Yeah, that one's
she's
pretty
great.
loud.
I'm like, great. Okay, I'm not going crazy. I am actually catching some of these voices. Um, so hopefully the next one is the one that I just set up all the details for. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Sweaty and stuff.
Maybe it makes more sense to get one Black Friday.
Yeah,
What the hell?
I mean, they're already kind of having some of those sales, but
Yeah, right. That's how I got my laptop. Oh yeah.
Okay, so like honestly, at first I thought it was the bitch lock the door. But the more I listened to it, I'm like, I really don't actually think it's saying bitch. I think it's saying best lock the door. This is where I was saying it felt like someone was like right there, but I started moving, so then they like hurried to catch up, and they're like, no, best lock the door.
I don't know. I don't know that they're talking to you because we're about to go in that cold storage and then they're
Yes,
probably used to people shutting the door. And so I wonder if they were going to lock us in.
I don't
Like,
know.
joke's on them. We didn't close the door all the way.
Nope. Joke is on them. But what I thought was super cool, just hearing this voice, I think I have another one in the same area a little bit later on. But just from the moment we walked in, and I started doing the walkthrough, I started catching voices right here in this location. Now, when we do go into the cold storage room, you and I both feel like we're seeing things out, like in the
Hmm.
kitchen area with our eyes. I didn't pick it up on my camera, even though I struggled with my headache and everything to find something like, no, I could not see anything on camera. So maybe our eyes were playing tricks on us, or maybe we were seeing something that the camera couldn't pick up. I am using my GoPro, which is terrible for low light situations. Go figure. I'm the world's worst ghost hunter. So, I mean, maybe if I had moved my camera, maybe I would have picked up something. But I think that there was a lot of energy right here in this
Hmm.
hallway. And when we kept seeing shadows playing out, maybe we were picking up on that energy because I'm getting a lot of voices right here in this spot. And it's
Yeah.
funny because we were sitting in that chair looking out.
Yeah. I wonder though, because I'm filming in night vision. Like, so aren't you on your GoPro or no?
No, the GoPro doesn't have night vision at all.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just gonna say maybe the night vision isn't gonna pick up like shadows. because
Maybe
that's
not. Yeah.
like what we were seeing. But yes, I do think this is a pretty active area. And I would, I don't know if it's just where the ghosts wanted to hang out, or
Yeah.
maybe they feed off of the energy from like the refrigerator and shit, you know?
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the fridge was right there. When we were right when I had first started my review, I might have cut it off, but he was talking about the fridge. There's water, you can put your Cokes, you can put your food in the fridge and all of that. There is a big, massive fridge right in that area. Um, I don't know if there was anything else. There was a door that we couldn't get into, so maybe that the power box is back there too, or the water heater, maybe something else that could generate energy for these spirits to feed off of.
True, true. That's the only space we couldn't get into. So it had to have been some kind of source like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, at least a water
yeah,
heater or whatever.
right.
Yeah.
Must have been something like that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I like that one. The next one I get, we're I think in the cold storage room.
Just being
What
here.
if the noises were coming from?
I lied. We are in cold storage. There's nothing else in between. All right, so we are in the spot that Wendy and I were talking about. So that shot that you're looking at is just the long hallway going right into the kitchen. The redness, that illuminated red color, that's coming from like a headlamp that I'm actually wearing around my neck, and just using it for a little bit of light so that my GoPro actually can see something. But I just get voices at this time, and I think this first one comes in like really soon.
So we were just in the other room and we kept hearing noises. It seemed like they were on this side of the house, museum. Now that we're here, we're not hearing anything. My mouth just made a noise. My mouth just made a noise. My mouth just made a noise.
Why do they always wait for me to stop asking them questions to be like, and you know what, blah blah blah, and then they start talking?
I don't know. Also, what the fuck are they talking about?
Right. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that
I don't know,
is
but
weird.
in the cold storage room, like what could they be taking? And maybe this is just a voice that I'm picking up from, a spirit that's in that hallway or in the kitchen. It could be residual. It's funny because it was loud enough that it almost sounds like they were standing like right here, you know?
Yeah, that's what I would think. That no, they're in that little space with us, or at least the
Hmm.
doorway. And because you can hear the puzz really loud. And if it was at a distance, I don't think that you would pick that up.
Right,
So, yeah, no, I think they're right there with us. And I wouldn't put it past that they're talking about like something that we have.
right, right. I
Mhm.
wonder what they were trying to take from us. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't remember anything feeling like I mean, other than us seeing things down in that corridor, in that kitchen, this view basically. That's really like it almost felt like we were being drawn out that way instead of to stay where we were.
Yes, I would agree. I'm trying to think if we ever heard like weird noises while we were in there, but it's been so long now, I can't remember.
We did actually, and it's funny because I've got one clipped, and a voice pops in. It's super fast, super quiet, but it almost is like it's telling us where the noise was. I've got that coming up probably in like four more clips. So let me play this next one for you. What did I? We're just introducing ourselves. This is kind of funny. We're introducing ourselves as another pair of ghost hunters. Yay, you get to deal with us tonight. And I kind of get we get a snarky response eventually.
Um, so, first off, I don't know, did we ever introduce ourselves? I feel like I ever introduced ourselves. I feel like I ever introduced ourselves. I feel like I
I am just going to be all over the place tonight. So obviously, I just set up the wrong clip again. But I get this voice that says, I help, right as we're kind of introducing ourselves. This could be residual. It's either I help or I hurt. Like the huh part is definitely there.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely there.
and it's kind of loud, like
It
the way that that
is.
comes in.
It is. And you could tell it's not us because we're both like saying something around that. So,
Right,
mhm.
right. Yeah, very breathy. I backed it up so you could hear that one more time.
First off, I don't know. Did we ever introduce ourselves? I feel like I ever introduced ourselves. I feel like I ever introduced ourselves. I feel like I said something about this being the Chris.
No, it's super cool because it we didn't hear it, we didn't note it. It was right there. I obviously the camera now, my GoPro is on the other side of the room, kind of facing us. So either it was on that side or at least out in the ranch somewhere where my GoPro could pick it up and we couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So this next one is the snarky one, I believe, unless I just whatever. We'll see. Let's just do this together.
Wendy show. So that was introduction enough, I felt. But I never went back to it. But we should probably formally introduce ourselves.
Yeah. So I'm Wendy,
And I am Chris.
and
Something
yeah.
just touched my hair. Do you see any bugs?
No. I mean that's pretty clear.
It was right here.
So
Just a
we
long
are,
clip. That's all that was.
Another paranormal ghost hunting group. I'm sure you've met a lot of them. I do apologize if they are bothersome to you. I don't I don't I don't know that I would.
So that's the snarky comment that I was trying to set up earlier. We basically say, hey, we're another pair of ghost hunters, and like right away, someone's like, oh God, I got to get out. Let me out. I could live without you.
That is sad. You know, we talk all the time about how we're just there to try to visit with them, and they're
Yeah.
like, nah, I'd rather you not.
Yeah, definitely. And it's odd too, the choice of words that they decided to use here. I could live without you. One thing, we're sitting in the cold storage room, which was, I guess, used at one point in time to store the deceased bodies, I guess, until they could come and take them. I don't know where to bury them or to their families so that they could take care of them. But that's what the cold storage area was used for, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's weird. So if there's a voice, if there's someone in there watching us and they're like, I could live without you, okay.
Yep.
I don't need to state the obvious, but I mean, we're there visiting. Who else is visiting you? Why are you so rude? You're dead.
Right. And you can't speak for the whole group. There might be other people there that do appreciate our company. Somebody liked that we
Right.
brought food. So,
It's true. I think it's funny. I'm sorry I was being negative when I said, how dare you, you're dead. They obviously have the right to their own opinion. But there were some voices that came through to talk to us, and it's so funny how oftentimes they immediately are like vicious kind of on the attack. Like we really don't want you here. It's late. Go to bed. I could live without you. Like I don't know. I don't understand why we didn't in this room. If you watch the Ghost Adventures episode, there's a lot of I don't know, people saying that there's very negative energy in this room. And we didn't feel anything negative. I feel like this is probably as negative as it gets for this room, for us. And we didn't even notice it. We just continue talking.
yeah, that is very true. Like they make this sound like there's an evil demon back here and like
Right?
we chilled there multiple times. The only demon we found was that bird. So,
That bird, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so either the people that were picking that up are extremely, extremely sensitive to negative emotions, um, like empath kind of a thing, and they can just immediately say, "Oh, it's bad back here." Whereas maybe we're not that sensitive to it, or I don't want to say that they were playing it up because you could tell, like when you watch that episode, that woman was very disturbed by
mhm.
something, very bothered. So either maybe she has an attachment, maybe something that was bad was just singling her out. And for us, we didn't have that kind of experience because we don't have that kind of attachment, or or what, I don't really know. But this is as negative as it got for us, for as far as from what I can tell from our evidence.
Well, I could deal with that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I mean, we get this all the time. So, I mean, maybe it's also our different energies. We don't allow a very negative vibe to ever come near us. I don't know. Maybe that's just it. Because of all the places that we've been, no, I guess I can't go there because Villisca was a pretty bad place as far as I was concerned. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to stop that thought because I can't really go anywhere with it now that I'm thinking of some of those places.
Well, I think I can explain that though. Like when we were at Edinburgh Manor and you were with the tour guide and the group, I mean, she purposely was like, I want somebody to lay on the bed because the spirit
That's right.
here hates somebody laying on the bed. And
Yeah.
you just being fun and not scared of stuff is like, I'll do it, you know?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you did something to piss them off. The
Hmm.
spirit attaches to you, and then we take that to Velisca. So, I mean, maybe that's, or maybe Velisca's just always bad. But I would agree that I think that we bring a very chill attitude on most investigations. And as long as things stay chill, we stay chill. It's when
Yeah.
they change and they're not chill that it's different.
Yeah. That's true. We've never been to a spot where we do outright like intimidation techniques, like calling them out and calling them names and punking them out. And, we're never trying to fight a spirit. I don't think I would win in a fight with a spirit. Like, just no, obviously, I don't have the mental strength to survive something like that just from, Edinburgh and Villisca. So, and maybe that was the situation for that lady that was there. Maybe she did do something like that to intimidate it, and maybe that's why she feels that way. And we didn't feel like that because we didn't do anything to
No.
intimidate a spirit. We were just trying to be nice, try to be friendly, try to talk to them. We realized that we should have shared our snacks with them. You live and you learn. Okay, next one is just a noise. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Say that Chris and I are different. I don't know what other people are doing, but we just like to try to come out here and connect with whatever spirits might linger.
Yeah, we'd like to know more about you.
Ooh,
About you.
ooh,
About you.
ooh.
I hear something. How loud is it to you?
It was like not, I mean, I don't know how loud it was to you because these headphones are pretty good, but
I heard like a low grumbling.
yes, that I did hear that too.
So we remember hearing this noise, which is kind of funny because when I hear it on the audio, instead of it sounding like a grumbling, which is what we heard with our own ears, it almost sounds like someone's like opening a door, like a weird movement of something. And you'll talk about it in a second, like your cord is hitting the table. But if you watch this part of the video, you're super still. You're not doing anything where a cord would move. And you even say it in a second, hey, my cord's been moving, but it didn't sound like that. But to me, it sounds more like, somebody trying to open one of the doors, which
Yeah.
is scary.
Yes, it is. But it sounds like a shuffling kind of, right? Or like sweeping, like a door sweeping the floor. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Okay.
here, I'll play it again one more time. You tell me what you think. I guess I should have asked before I just went in. Here's my thoughts as usual.
Well, no, that's what it sounds like to me. Like it's how kind of like if you have weather stripping on the bottom of the door
The
and the way
door.
that
Yeah,
brushes the floor or something.
yeah,
That's like what it
yeah.
sounds like.
So it's pretty wild. Like in the moment, we both heard it with our own ears. We both comment like it sounded like a low grumbling. But now that I'm listening to the audio, it sounds more like a door noise, like you described it, like the weather stripping kind of scraping against the floor. And we talked about this in, I believe, Wendy's or mine. I don't know. We did so many Trans Allegheny episodes. I don't know which one it was, but there was a noise that you had heard. and you said that it sounded similar to what we're describing right now. I caught that one on audio too. I don't remember. It was just a noise, but I think that it's weird that, and we talked about this in the Trans-Allegheny episode, that it could actually be like a sound a spirit is making when they're like coming into our realm.
Hmm.
For it, for it to be described in a similar way, like the door being opened, the sound a door makes when it's opening, that could very well be a legit thing. And hopefully we'll catch more like similar occurrences. The only difference is when we heard it at Trans-Allegheny with your own ears, you thought it sounded like a door being opened. And this time when we heard it with our own ears, we thought it sounded like a low grumble.
Yeah, but I could see how that could be described incorrectly, or whatever. Like in the
Mhm.
moment, you hear it and you only have this like second
Yeah,
to.
you can't replay it over and over again and listen to it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. And so it's gonna sound just like some noise,
Hmm.
and I feel like scuffing can can be described as grumbling when you only get to hear it like one time. So I
Yeah.
don't I think that that is for sure like what we heard. We're just describing it poorly because we didn't have time to like evaluate it.
Sure, sure, sure. And also, the part of the building that we were in, maybe it was a little bit more muffled too.
Hmm.
Whereas my camera's doing its better job at picking up that sound and amplifying it for us so that we can hear it again and again and again.
Hmm.
So this next one is the one I was talking about. I hope. You know what? I'm not going to set it up. Let's just listen because I've been screwing this up so
Next,
far.
with whatever spirits might linger.
Oh, did I rewind it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I'm playing with my phone again.
Yeah, we'd like to know more about you.
Yeah, I did. I rewound
Ooh,
it.
about you. Ooh, about you. Ooh. I hear something. How loud is it to you? It was like not, I mean, I don't know how loud it was to you because these headphones are pretty good. But
I heard like a low grumbling.
yes, that I did hear that too. And this cord has been like brushing against this table, but that's not the sound it makes.
Nope. I actually heard it sounded like it was behind us or back that way.
Okay, that came in super fast. I wasn't even ready for it. But that was the one. I was right. Yay! This clip is where we're talking about where we heard a noise, and I for whatever reason feel like I'm pointing in an area. I guess when I'm sitting in this cold storage room, I guess I'm trying to point to where like our main room would be because I'm like I feel like it came back from this way. And then this voice comes in and it's super quiet and it's super fast, and it sounds like to me he's saying up. Like, no, the voice was look up,
That's interesting. That bird wasn't
right?
in there with us during this, though. That was the next day.
Yeah, it was the next day. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if that's a spirit like telling on themselves, I'm up here or look up or whatever, or if it's not related at all and I just caught this voice. It's just, it's very coincidental if it's not tied to what we're talking about. All I can make out is up. It's super fast.
I think it's
Uh,
relevant for what you're saying. So I would say
yeah.
they are trying to give us direction of where the noises come in. I think it's interesting if it's what we're describing of like how spirits are breaking through this like, other world and making this open door sound, but it's
Mhm.
above us. So like, are they coming from heaven? Like
Yeah, right.
it's just weird if it's
Yeah.
up in the ceiling. That's
Up.
interesting.
It is. It's interesting. Or yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. This museum, this ranch has been this way for a really, really, really long time. I don't, some places they've built onto when you go into them, they're haunted, and they've changed like the configuration of the house and like what would have been so and so's bedroom is now the bathroom, like that sort of thing. So if you think about that, that would make sense for a spirit to be saying one floor or up or whatever, because to them, the house or museum, whatever, still probably represents an old version of it. But in this location, no, right?
Okay.
I think
Right.
it's been this way for a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when you go outside though, with the room that we're in right now is kind of built into like a hill
The hill, yeah.
is the only way I can describe it. So like you could walk up a hill and then you could step onto the roof. So,
True.
so I mean, somebody outside could be standing above us, but and not floating,
Oh,
you know.
true.
Yeah.
I would hate that. First of all, we hear what sounds like a door being rattled, and now someone standing above us is shouting, "No, thank you."
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm going with the spirit agreeing with me, and that's it. Final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so, oh, this next one is going to be really, really, really quiet. Let's even see if it's there. I think I backed it up.
That I did hear that too. And
Yeah,
this cord has been
I
like
did back it up.
brushing against this table, but that's not the sound it makes. Nope. I actually heard it sounded like it was behind us or back that way.
Super fast.
So thank you if that's you trying to communicate with us. We didn't quite make out what you were saying. Could you tell us your name?
It could even be see to someone in here, but the see someone in here, like that part comes through pretty clearly. I do remember I left that one long because there might be more voices right before that comes through, but it's just so quiet that I'm like, I'm already struggling to hear this one. I can't make out what they're saying, but there might be some faint whispers right before this is said. And this, see, there's someone in here. I kind of, when I heard that, I felt like someone was pointing, hey, see, there's someone in here. We can't be in here right now,
Yeah.
like,
Uh-huh. No, yeah, that's where I would go with that. They're totally clocking that we're there
yeah,
and they're in that space, so we'll go hide in a different spot, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we heard someone talking. Oh, okay, I found him. See, there's someone in here.
Hmm.
Um, it sounds male to me too,
Yeah.
which is also interesting because there was only us two female people here this entire time.
Hmm. Yep.
Yep. Okay,
I
so
would say it's male also. I like that one. I think that you can hear it pretty clearly. I understand that it is very faint.
yeah,
But like again, once you train your ears or whatever to tune in, like I make out those exact words.
gotcha. Yep. Okay. I think this next one's going to be a little bit louder. Ah,
Other people that have visited this ranch said that they have interacted with um, a George, but I don't know a George. Like, as I know the Dodge family built and operated this place for a while. Then there, then there, then there was.
okay, I lied. It's not louder. It's very quiet. Like I was terrible with my notes. That's what happens when you're sick and you put all this together. But it's whispery, and it sounds like this is intelligent. It sounds like it's agreeing with you,
Hmm.
as a matter of fact. So I
Good.
think that's kind of cool. Yes.
Yeah. I like that it's
Agreeable.
appreciates that I knew some history, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. It's funny that you bring that up. There's at one point you're talking a lot about history, and we get a lot of voices around that time. I think that they're very intelligent, um, but I think I clipped them in such a terrible way that you're not going to get to hear anything that you're talking about. So, yay me! You'll just get to hear the voices, and not know what they're talking about. Just take my word for it. I think they're intelligent. Um,
I will take your word for it. I hate
I
listening
know.
to myself babble.
Oh no, no, but like afterwards, I was just like, I don't know that I clipped them right, but it was pretty cool that they were coming in as quickly as they were talking about when you're talking about the history of the location itself, like the land, Arizona, and I guess specifically that area. Um, but anyways, while we're still in the cold storage area, I get this next voice that I did write down as very low again, and I think it's right after we hear a noise, and I thought it was like Wendy's stomach like growling or something. It's around that time frame.
The hospital, and the doctor's name wasn't George. And then the Ramsey family was here. There was a noise, but it was just a noise.
Yeah, I thought it was your stomach. You don't think
No.
it was your stomach?
Mm-mm.
Yay! So we heard something. I got a voice. It's just I do. I don't know if they're again connecting with the story that you're sharing. You're just trying to get some details about the family, Ramsey family that lived there before. So I don't know if it was someone responding to that. Because the words, otherwise, it's just I do. It's just a repeated set of words that I otherwise don't really understand.
Yeah, it's random, so we don't know what
Yeah,
it's connecting to because they're not like answering. Well, I guess I'm not asking an official question, but
right,
they're not saying, oh, yeah, Joe Ramsey, I remember that or
right,
whatever. Isn't that
right.
a real person? It doesn't matter. Um, but I love that we heard it in real time.
Yes,
Yeah. And it was not my stomach because I'm certain I would
right.
have been able to tell the difference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the words I got here, that didn't sound like your stomach. It's just funny that in the moment, again, like I thought that it was just like a gurgling noise, I guess, because I said that I thought it was your stomach. Just, a
Mhm.
weird, like low noise that the stomachs make. But you heard it too, and I think I love that. I think that this is like one of the areas where we kept hearing those noises, couldn't really pinpoint where it was, what it was, or where it was coming from. And that's really all that I got in this area. So pretty cool, but obviously no ghosts dancing in front of the GoPro for us, which is what I would want. But I'll take the voices. So we have to leave the cold storage area, and as we're again walking away, I got more voices. So back to the hallway, I think. Let's try it.
My stomach, I don't feel it. And then there's, I know the Van Horn family was here.
All right. Where? I just want to put my shirt back on and we can do this area because I just kind of got chilled sitting in that cold storage area.
First off, I need to pay more attention to feeling cold. Yes, it was a cold storage area, but with all of the like things that we were hearing, maybe it was actually like energy, like the coldness of the spirits that were in that area. We kept hearing noises. I've got something sort of telling us where the noises might be coming from and man's voices. I just thought that it was because I was in that cold storage area that I was chilled. But like that has happened a couple of times, and like with like the old train depot, and I put a jacket on. Yeah, it makes me feel warm, but also we're getting voices and things at the same time. So like I really need to start paying more attention to that.
Yeah,
Um,
because I don't even remember it being like cold
right,
temperature wise. Like I know it was November, but it's November in Arizona, so that doesn't
right.
really count. I don't think it was really chilly when you were here. So that, yeah, that is interesting. And in that where you're walking through, like right
Hmm.
now, is where we set that REM pod and it was going crazy.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly, you're exactly right. Right in that doorway. Hang on, let me back it up a little bit. So like right here on the floor,
Hmm.
if you'll, well, whatever. I tried to back it up, but it took me all the way to the beginning. When he had set the REM pod on the floor, and it just started going bananas. Like it was just going crazy. We couldn't really figure out why, but I got an EVP going through there, so maybe that's just where somebody hangs out. Honestly, to me, it feels like this hallway again, to the kitchen, to the cold storage, to the window, to the wall. I feel like this is a hot spot for sure. This is where the activity is happening. Um, and before, I got a voice that was something about best lock the doors. And this time, I get something about close that shade. Like they're really wanting us to batten down the hatches.
Yeah, that is so weird to me. First off, we would have closed some shades if we knew where they were.
Yeah.
'Cause I hate
Yes.
the fact of like looking out the windows and not being able to see because we have the lights on, but it's dark outside, or whatever. But
Yep.
it is weird. That is weird to me that they're like lock the doors, close the shades. Like, what are you trying to protect us from? Or is that just like what they would normally do in this ranch at night? Like close everything up, lock the doors? I don't know.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense. Also, the noise that we caught when we were in the cold storage room sounded like a door being opened.
Hmm.
So maybe it's residual and they're just going through the routine of shutting the place down at night. Or maybe they were trying to keep us safe, right?
Hmm.
Lock the doors, close that shade. And as I turn, close that shade, that window is like right there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really just really interesting how all of that kind of plays
And we can
out.
do this area because I just kind of got chilled sitting in that cold storage area.
Let me laugh like a hyena. Close that shade. There it is. So, and I did not like that. Obviously, if you take a look, there is a chair, right? We did we did not like this door. This window was wide open. There's no shade there for us to close it, and we put a chair right in front of the door so nobody could get in. Um, we did the
Yeah.
best we could.
Yep. Again, if there were curtains, a shade, or something,
Hmm.
we would have been using them for sure.
We definitely would have.
Hmm.
So I loved all of that. Again, just the energy in that area was really popping off. The next one that I got, I think that this is now we had struggled to turn off the lights in this room. And the guy, the John, who had walked us through the area, he like right away he showed us how to do this and that and the other. But I mean, we tried to pay attention to him as much as we could, but we're also just like, we're so excited to be here. It's like a puppy when they see a squirrel. Like, yeah, I know you're giving me directions, but I'm like, I'm looking all over the place. I'm pulling out my recorder so I can start filming, looking for ghosts already. So he gave us directions. We don't remember. We tried all the light switches. We're roaming around trying to figure out how to shut this light off. I think that's the next one. If not, it's coming up eventually. You're talking about the lights, yeah.
In order for us to turn off these lights, do we have to find a switch in this main, whatever this area is? Is the switch in here? Come on, help us out. We're doing something new. How do we shut these lights off? Is the light switch in here?
Okay, so this one is almost mechanical sounding again, which I say again because we've gotten that before in previous investigations, but so far, most of the voices that I've got here have been very whispery or faint, or they don't sound mechanical. This one kind of comes through, it sounds mechanical. That's not good. As if they're responding to the fact that we don't know what the fuck we're doing, looking around like crazies for this light switch. What's funny too is when I'm going into this room, I pass a couple of light switches. You guys, if you saw that, they're the twisty kind of light switches. And eventually we figure out that we just didn't twist one of them all the way. Like
Oh
we
no.
thought we'd
Yeah.
twisted all, right? That was it, right? Yeah. But the spirit, we're like, we're wandering around trying to figure out how to turn the lights off. And if we get this, that's not good. Like, yeah, thanks.
I love that. I think it's very clear. I think it's a bit louder than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
It sounds male to me, so
Mhm.
that's always good because it's just the two of us.
Mhm.
And yeah, yeah, and you're
Yeah.
scaring them because you're popping in all these other rooms.
I know. I'm popping in and out, but again, you can't see it because I'm using my GoPro and my neck light, which is not that great. I'm back in the kitchen.
Hmm.
You understand light switch? No. Uh, uh, uh.
I thought that one was cool. Do you hear how kind of echoey it is?
Yes, that's a very weird voice.
Yeah, and what else is weird to me, I don't know why, it reminds me of the voice in the beginning that was like, oh, don't cry. It kind of sounds female, but it sounds sort of like it's got like an emotion to it. Go back, go back. Is this person just telling, honestly, because I'm in the wrong spot? The light switch is back there, you big dummy. But they were polite enough to just be like, go back.
That is nice. I wish they would have helped a lot sooner. We could have heard
They-
them because we spent a lot of time trying to find those lights. But I appreciate that somebody made an effort there. But it is a weird voice. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It doesn't sound mechanical. It doesn't sound like any of the other voices that I got while I was walking in and out of the kitchen hallway, cold storage. So I feel like this person, this spirit might have actually been like trying to watch out for us a little bit, you know?
Hmm.
Whereas everyone else is kind of like, oh, these guys, no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't need any of this. So, anyways, we are no longer looking for the light switch. We've figured all of that out. This is beyond that, what we're going to jump into. I don't know if I backed it up far enough. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. We are, I don't even know what you would call this. It's another hallway, but it's sort of like near the front door.
Hmm.
And then there were the rooms, I guess, are in the front of us, around us, that led to what's now staged as like the TV hospital, and then what is, I guess, what was the post office, but I think it's just staged as like museum stuff. I think that's kind of where we are in the main entry point of the ranch.
Yeah, it's cute because they kind of have each of those rooms set up like how the house has been used. So,
Yeah,
one is where the post office was, one's a hospital, one's like just a living room because it was
yeah.
just a house, and then they have the gift shop or whatever. But it's cute because you get to see like the different uses of the building.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they did a good job of like, I guess, making it a museum.
Hmm.
You could walk through each of the rooms and get a feel for either what it was like, what was, happening in that um, ranch as a whole at one point in time. But yeah, I really think, anyways, for the purpose of setting up where we are, I think that's where I think that's where we are in this moment, if I got it right. Let's see if that's let's see what comes up next. Because the problem is when I play this from my player, like I can't even see where the video, like the clips are. So I hope I'm in the right spot.
If they were making any wage at all, it was very little.
Okay, so yes, I'm right. We're in that area. It's super faint. I think for the most part, these are going to be faint to ridiculously faint. So these are all going to require the volume to be really cranked up, your best noise canceling headphones on. But for the most part, this is where Wendy's doing kind of like I said earlier, she's doing the history of the location. What happened in that area. And we start getting these voices that kind of come through, either agreeing with her, or like this one, we're all watching It's a Secret. Either we're all watching us, we're all watching, who knows, maybe it's residual, it's a secret what Wendy's talking about, or it's a secret, another side conversation that spirits are having that does not include us. I don't know.
Well, I want to hear these secrets. I mean, that's
Yeah, right.
the whole reason we're there, pretty much, is to talk to ghosts and get their secrets, the stuff that's not written down in history or whatever. So, uh,
Right.
damn.
Yeah,
I wish they would share.
I know. I don't think that they do much sharing. In fact, I think by the time my camera's about to die, they're sick of us. But I mean, not super ugly, just the way that they usually do. So this next one I get, maybe it's words and maybe I didn't hear it clearly, but it actually sounds like when someone's like agreeing with you and they're just making like the noise, like like that's what I'm actually picking up. Or I think. You listen to it and tell me what you think you hear.
There's also stories of women that they would, round up and just bring them to an area if there wasn't enough willing women. So they would just put them to work. Something, something, something we would call sex.
See, it's really low, but it does to me. That's what I hear. Just like a
Yeah. And since all the other EVPs are low, it makes sense. And
yeah.
so, yeah, I guess they don't want to talk too much about the whole sex trafficking that was going on.
Right, exactly. So speaking of the voices being faint, this is what I was talking about earlier. When I was getting those voices when we were walking through the museum, the ranch with John, in this part of the house, they seem to be like way more quiet than they were in the other part of the house. Even though they were still pretty quiet, they weren't as difficult to hear as they are here. Like they're really difficult to hear in this part of the house. So either they're agreeing with us or they're talking to us and we can't hear them as clearly because they're still back in that hallway in that part of by the kitchen or whatever, or just the energy here is just lower. I don't know.
Maybe it has something to do with the fact that there's way less like electronics or whatever for them to draw power off of. Like,
Okay.
in the big room where we had all our stuff and we slept, there was that overhead lighting
Hmm.
that's got to put off something. Plus we had all our shit in there. Then the kitchen, has got what it's got, and then that little door that we don't know what it's behind. But all those rooms at the front, I mean, sure, they would have had, plugs and a
Hmm.
couple of lamps or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe that just has something to do with it. There's not enough energy in that area for them all to draw off of.
Maybe. I mean, just thinking about when we were running around turning off all the lights and stuff, a good portion of that was actually in the main room, like where all of our equipment was and the kitchen and all of that. So out here, like you said, there's a plug, there's a couple of light switches, sure, but there's really nothing else giving off that energy, whereas everything is back where we were originally.
Hmm.
So yeah, that could really be it. These next couple of voices, like I don't have anything written down that says, "Oh, so loud, I can hear it, no problem." No, they're all really, really faint. Like that's why I was like, I did this when I was sick. Am I crazy? I don't know. I think I hear these voices. They're just so, so, so quiet. But I picked up very quiet voices in the beginning too, so I think that they're really there. I just don't think that A, they don't have enough energy to be loud in this area, or B, they're not in this area, and I'm just picking them up as loud as I can because they're far away.
Yeah. Well, I hear them, so we must be crazy
Yay!
together.
Okay. Yes. I buy that. We are crazy together. That's fine. That works for me. I'm fine with that. So then here's some more quiet EVPs.
Trafficking now, and so you could, and so you could, and so you could see that as being a slave.
Maybe I should have done it a few more times, but I get they're watching. It could be we're watching. I got that earlier. We're all watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're watching, like maybe they're actually talking about like us, like they're saying they're watching, like they're referring to us in that tense, like we are actually watching for the spirits to move, and maybe
Right.
that's what they're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, they could. Also could just, I don't know, to be talking still about themselves. I do find it interesting that you got we're all watching and they're watching. Like they're still, and we're in the same space. So like
yeah,
they're still on this, that like,
yeah,
oh shit, there's those people. And it makes sense too, like you're saying that, maybe it has nothing to do with the energy of the room or whatever. Maybe it's simply that they were hiding from us in another
yeah.
space and they keep just checking. They're like, yep, they're still in the fucking hallway.
Right, right, right. Because again, when we were in this hallway, we had put the REM pod down in one of those other doorways,
Mm-hmm.
and it had just started going off. So maybe they were peeking in at us from one of those other doorways every now and then just to check. Oh, they're still there. They're still watching. They're watching, and they never came in enough to where I could pick them up super loud. I think at one point in time we do hear a noise, and I don't know if we ever figured out what that noise was, but that's at the end of my video because that's when my GoPro dies. But while we were here, like we just didn't have, I don't think we had like the feelings that we were getting when we were back in the cold storage.
Mm-hmm.
So they were around us enough to pay attention and say that we're watching, they could see us, but maybe it's more open so they don't have to be right on top of us like they would have in that area. It's way more secluded back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's lots of different rooms for them to be in
Hmm.
and be away from us,
Yeah.
and then just keep
Yeah.
peeking in on us. And yeah, I remember us being in that space for quite a while trying to draw them in, and we didn't feel like anything was there with us or nothing that
Yeah.
just wanted to come up and like interact with us.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's so true. We didn't really feel like anything was going on there. Okay, so this this one I have ridiculously faint, so I don't know if you'll hear it. I can hear it. I don't know
Yeah.
why I put
Yeah, no, you can hear that because it's like got a high pitch to it too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It has a high pitch to it. I don't necessarily know why I put a question mark there. I guess I felt at the first time that it was like questioning you again, but I don't even hear it like that. I hear you again. I don't know if it's questioning. I don't know if someone's startled. Oh, it's you again. But yeah, that one just kind of pops in at a weird moment. I don't think it's related to anything we're talking about. I think it's just spirit on spirit conversations. Oh, it's you again. All right, so this next one, I think it's just a noise that I picked up, but I don't have that we made any comments. Oh yeah. Like what the hell is that?
That's a weird noise. That's so weird.
Isn't
Uh,
that? And
yeah,
we don't hear it. We don't
no.
say anything.
That if we would have heard that, we would have said something, even if that's our bodies making that
I
noise.
know.
One of us
Right.
would have owned up to it. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's
It's like the beeping noise that I got, or the woohoo, whatever that noise was in the post office room. It's just an odd, unexplained noise, and it honestly, it almost sounds like gym sneakers on like a gym floor, like squeak squeak. But no, we're not up and walking. We are both sitting on the floor.
yeah, no. I mean, and again, it's loud enough that we would have heard it. We would have said something about it. And
Yeah,
it's such a weird noise. And I'm just thinking about how we were talking about like if certain noises are like the door to the other side opening up. What if that's them leaving? Like little squeaks.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye, guys. I gotta go. They're still watching. I can't take any more of this. Beep, beep. That's them. That's the way the door sounds when it's slamming on the way out. It's a cute little weep weep.
Yeah, it's very cartoon like. I
It
love it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Hmm.
So yeah, that stood out to me. That's like the loudest thing that comes through, and it's unexplained. We don't hear it. We don't mention hearing it. I do get more voices after that, but no, and nobody's owning up to it either, except this next one. It's they're I think they're talking about us. Uh, Mechanical sounding is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Maybe using the energy of our devices or whatever. Hmm.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know who you are, but that's what I hear. They're still together. That sounds like they're talking about us, and you're still here. But again, like this whole kind of plays out with the voice that I got with you again, right? Like they're still together and you're still here. Like, somebody does not like whoever this other spirit is.
Yeah.
Like,
I know that we felt like there's from all the evidence that we've gotten from this place that there are a lot of spirits lingering
mhm.
around this place. And so it's always funny to kind of catch them acknowledging each other and having
Yes,
their own backstory that we don't know, but you could tell there's
right.
like some kind of history there. Um, but also I like that they're still together, whatever. It's just goes in line with again, like we're watching them, they're watching us, like they're aware that we're there and they're trying to avoid us and they're just
Yeah.
waiting us out.
Definitely. The next like two EVPs that I have are them still talking about us in this in this sense.
Mhm.
They're still waiting us out. They're still pointing out to who, I don't know, that we're still there, but it must be bothering them enough because they are consistently talking about it. And I don't think that these are like, I've only got like 2 minutes left in this video, but I don't think that this was like back to back. Like I think at one point you're going to see where I cut it. We were talking for a while, and I think there's probably going to be a weird cut. Like I think you'll hear us laughing or something, and then it'll just go back to being silent. And then they're like, again, commenting on us still being around.
So, what big mines were in this area?
God, and that's like so quiet. So they're further away or they're lower on energy, but again, the exact same thing is being said or commented on. And maybe the next one is the one I was talking about.
I thought there was just a lot of little deposits all over the
Maybe
place.
not.
They can have fresh air longer to recover from tuberculosis or TB or consumption.
Okay, this one was super cool. Okay, obviously there's a voice. Can you hear the noise that comes after the voice? It's very low.
Play it again for me.
Yeah, I will. It's really quiet, and I didn't point it out on the clip either.
A lot of little deposits all over the place. They can have fresh air longer to recover from tuberculosis or TB or consumption.
I don't know if you could hear it any better that time.
Oh no, I can hear it.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, it almost so it's either a weird voice or it sounds like messing with like a doorknob or something. I mean,
Right.
like kind of like a clicking of like turning a doorknob or something. Is that how you hear it?
I hear to me it sounds like something is being messed with. Yeah, which is it's weird. So the voice comes through, people are still here. I don't know if that was, yeah, somebody trying to get away from the situation, actually get out the door. It's dark, which sucks because you can't see what we're doing. I felt like we were super still. Obviously, if either of us had made enough of a noise where we could have heard it with our own ears, we would have said something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one is interesting. It's quiet as all get out, but then there's some sort of a strange noise that follows it. And I didn't point it out because when I first heard that again, I'm like, my head is pounding. I think I'm making all of this up. But I can still hear that something else is coming in, something is breaking in, or something. Maybe actually, if my camera was pointing the right direction, had enough lighting, we would have seen something being moved. You know, there's just a weird noise that happens at the same time that voice goes on, and I just that's what I feel like. I feel like something else was happening. Neither of us comment, but I can hear it.
Yeah, I actually think the EVP also is a little louder than some of the other ones, so
Yeah, yeah,
that's cool. You totally hear the noise afterwards. And if we
hmm
didn't say anything like that's me or whatever, because it was pretty dark where we were.
yeah,
So, I think that we would have, if we had made a noise like with our chair or on the floor, we might have said something because it's dark and I want you to know
yeah.
that was me and whatever. Also, do you think, I mean, you see the dark shadow that goes in front of that little bit of light, right? Do you think that's something that you were just doing, or did you not see that?
I didn't see it. And during this clip, there was a shadow that moves in front of your light.
No, well, okay, it's hard for me to explain, but like we're looking at darkness, right? But then you
Yeah.
see kind of like a rectangle-ish shape of a
hmm
little light, right?
Yeah, I see that. Like up
Something,
here,
yeah, something, no, next to it.
like
Like
down here.
a little more to, yeah, that,
Oh, you're talking about this area. Okay.
yeah, that area.
You saw something shadowy over here.
Not during the EVP, before the EVP.
Okay, let me see where I am because I backed it up a little bit.
A lot of little deposits all
Maybe
over the
stay right
place.
here.
Oh, okay. So right, that shadow, that was me. I did clip it. So that was, like when I've taken a huge stretch of video and then I'm like, oh, okay, so there's like 10 minutes here of nothing happening. So
Gotcha.
I took that up. So that,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes,
that
it's
was me.
the fade in, the fade out. I got you. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I
Dang it.
figured it was no, I figured it was nothing. It could have just been like you moving or me moving or whatever in front of our cameras too. But because
No,
I'm
but good call out because like you can't see like because it's so dark for that shadow to just appear like it does look like something is really going on, but it is my just scene ending and scene starting and the what did you call it? The fade in, fade out. Yeah.
yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So that's what that was. I thought that that one was interesting. This next one, shoot, I don't know where we are. Let's see.
Fresh air longer to recover from tuberculosis or TB or consumption.
Yeah. What is that? Okay, so then the next one, there's two in this next clip that I have, and again, I put that they're really quiet. So let's see.
The wasting disease, right?
Oh, I thought I had them back to back.
Then after
Oh, okay. Well, I messed that up. So that was the where I said that I had clipped out like a whole bunch of section, and we were kind of, I think I was laughing or something right at that moment. That's where that weird noise comes from. So from Shut It to this next one, there was a huge amount of time where nothing was said. And this is honestly the last one that I've got for you. And I don't even know what it means. Here, I'll just go ahead and play it.
After the TB hospital, I think it went back to being kind of like a boarding house and a residence. At some point, the Ramsey family bought the house.
No, I missed it. I guess I didn't clip it. So there's another EVP that I must have missed altogether because I thought it was right there with Shut Up, but you and I just watched that and there was no more EVP. So I am gonna have to maybe eventually have another follow-up with just one EVP on it. I did write that it was super quiet. Maybe I went back and said it's not worth playing because it's so quiet. But the voice that I got right after Shut Up was show 'em. Um, I don't know what does that mean? Show 'em. We didn't see anything, but right after that, this noise is heard, and maybe the show 'em was actually related to the noise that we heard. Maybe somebody was in another room and trying to get our attention.
Hmm, maybe, but if they're yelling like "shut up" at us, I mean, not that they're
Hmm.
yelling because it's quiet, but
Right, right.
if they're telling us to shut up and then they're saying "show them" and then you
Show them.
hear a
Yeah.
noise, I mean, maybe they're trying to attack us, but
Right, right.
yeah,
I mean,
like
right. It just like baby soft touches, just like at Trans Allegheny and the Conjuring House. Like
right.
they're trying so hard, but like it's nothing to us.
Yeah, it's not working out for them, but I wonder
Yeah.
if they were like getting a little aggressive because I'm running my mouth and it's annoying. Like I
And
know.
they were getting tired of, well, I mean, the whole lead up to that, to the shut up was like you could tell, like they're still in here, they're still watching, they're commenting constantly on the fact that we're still there, and they were annoyed with that. So I can understand them saying shut up because they were just getting more and more annoyed.
Hmm.
Um, it's too bad I don't have the show 'em clip for you. I either took it out or I didn't even clip it for you, but when we get this next noise, it was loud, and neither we didn't know what it was. We do eventually go and investigate, but that's the end of the show for this. Here, I'll play it through.
Then after the TB hospital, I think it went back to being kind of like a boarding house and a residence. At some point, the Ramsey family bought the house.
I wonder if that was my camera shutting off.
Mm. You want to go check?
Yeah. I mean, it's dead, but it is not off.
It was not my camera. I assumed it was my camera because of how long I had left it recording, but I go in there and I check and it wasn't my camera. But you could hear that loud noise, and it comes shortly after I heard another noise on the other clip that we had just analyzed that could have been like a door knob being jiggled or something. So I don't know if that was actually the door in this room, the window. I don't know. I could speculate all night as to what could have been the noise that we heard that got us up to leave and move in here. But if it was the door, again, I got all of those EVPs before about lock the door, close the shade, and then we hear things that sound like it could have been a door noise, and then that very last thing where there's obviously a noise that we hear, we get up to go and check, and it like brings us back to that main room.
Yeah, it sounds like tapping of some kind,
Yes,
and
yes,
all of
did
the
sound like
well,
tapping.
the front door and the side door. Oh, and I guess some doors on the other side too, like off of the
Mm,
kitchen. They all had glass in them, so they weren't just
yeah.
like solid doors. They were door with a window, you know?
Hmm.
So like when you go to shut that, panes could jiggle
Hmm.
or and there was even a door from that hallway to the room that was like that.
Yes.
So I mean there
Yeah.
was so many doors and so much glass and windows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that it wasn't your camera. And I don't know, do you think they just figured out if we make a noise over here,
Yeah.
they'll finally fucking leave our hallway?
They'll finally leave the good. They went back to the room they're going to stay in, and we have all of these. We have access to all of these other rooms. We don't even have to go into that main room. Like the spirits, they could go from the cold storage room all the way to the post office room without setting foot, spirit foot, in the main room. They
Yeah.
wanted us to get out of their spot so they could have all the rest of the house.
Hmm.
Ranch. I feel like that. I like this investigation. I like this location a lot, especially this little bit of last stuff that I got to review because it does really tell a story. It tells a story of where the spirits are. They obviously don't like ghost hunters, or at least some of them don't. I think from what we investigated or looked at before, they would have liked us better if we'd brought them snacks, came bearing gifts, to be more friendly. And we were as friendly as we were at the time, but we didn't realize that, hey, we should bring them snacks or whatever. So we're going to incorporate that into future investigations. But the story that I like that they're painting, obviously they're not giving us very many details onto who they are, but when I first walked in, I got a ton of names just left and right. Jay, Tim, Joe. I don't know. Those must have been spirits or other, people that had lived there before because it wasn't us. Um,
Yeah,
but
I think there's a lot of what you call it spirit on spirit
yeah, 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 yeah.
conversation. And yeah, I think that they were hiding from us. And I believe that when we were
Yes.
there, we thought that because like we would be in that hallway and nothing would be happening. We'd be in the cold storage and it seemed like shit was happening down in the kitchen actually. Like
Yeah.
they were just like, who are these strangers? I bet they're super comfortable with the historical society people
Yeah.
or maybe like a ghost hunting group that goes there all the time. So it basically, like any ghost,
Sure.
it just takes them time to like warm up to you.
Yep.
So they were watching and waiting and filling it out. If we came back and they would recognize us again. So maybe they'd be a little more friendly. And then, yeah, if we were more, like we brought you snacks. I don't know,
Hmm.
just like I think they could warm up to us, is all I'm saying. But I do think that they were kind of like, ugh, who are these people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I wonder now too with the lock the door and close the shade. Is that because they thought we were intruders? Did they think that we were unfamiliars? And we said that we're just like ghost hunters, and they're like, I could live without that. Except some of them were pretty negative, but the whole locking the door and the close the shade, maybe that was just because we were new to them. They don't know who we were,
Yeah.
who we are, what we're
Yeah.
doing there. When we said what we were doing there, they're like, no thanks. Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe we don't go in and be like we're ghost hunters. We got to stop saying that, I
yeah,
guess.
I guess.
Maybe.
Wow.
But I definitely think they could warm up to people and be more interactive because they're totally there and they're still
Yes.
talking. And they're watching you. And so they're listening, they're aware. It's just they got to get comfortable with you. And that's
Yeah.
probably most all locations, right?
Yeah, I buy that. I now I understand at a place like this, they're not even interested in talking about the history of the area, which you would think that that would trigger some like conversation, like that maybe that would be something that they'd want to talk about. Where we were in that hallway, you were bringing up all sorts of historical stuff, and they just weren't having anything to do with it. So that's another fascinating, thing that we get out of this. So if we ever make it back to the Acadia Ranch, we don't need to, talk about the history. We can just, ask for Jay and Tim and see if they'll come forward and tell us their stories. And like you said, I guess we don't tell them that we're ghost hunters or whatever. We just tell them that we're moms, just
Yeah.
hanging out. We like history. We like historical buildings. We like Ranches. You know,
Old
I don't
TV
know.
hospitals.
I know. I was gonna say we like cold storage, and I was like, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Uh,
Yeah. But the place was really cool. It blew me away. This was a location that when we started doing the live, and there was stuff that was happening at weird times, and then we got that voice on the digital recorder, and we were like, we knew you were here. We knew it.
yeah.
It was just great. It was such a fun location, especially because for me, it was relieving to realize once again, I don't know why. I buy into every TV show that I ever see, and I'm there. I'm Miss Gullible. I'm like, oh my God, it is in the middle of nowhere. Oh my God, all these things happen in the tack room and in the cold storage room, and you can lock people in there, and it's terrifying. Um, don't get your hopes up because it is a fun location for paranormal investigations, but I don't. It's not scary. Like I don't think it wasn't for us. But again, maybe that just depends on the type of energy that you're bringing. Maybe you are actually bringing whatever that is bad there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you can do about that. Cleansing, sage, meditation, healing, tea. I mean, I don't know. I'm not I don't know, a crystal person of, how do we say it? Like, I'm not someone who has a ton of knowledge on something. I'm not a doctor, a crystal doctor. Obviously, they don't exist. But I do love my crystals, and I mean, like, I put a lot of faith and energy into that practice and to my cleansing. So, I mean, maybe for the people that go there and they have bad experiences, just think about that. Try not to bring in whatever negativity you have with you. Maybe cleanse yourself. Go there with an open mind and be respectful, definitely, of the spirits because, I mean, they weren't super happy, but none of them were like pissed, you know?
No, I think they were just standoffish. They're
Hmm.
on their guard, and that's understandable. We would be that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that you've got sound advice. It might be wise for you to sage yourself before you even go to a haunted location so you don't take like your
take it with you.
negativity in with you.
Yeah,
Also, just like if you're creeped out and you believe in the demon stories or something, and I know you were nervous about it, but I don't think you
yeah,
were like, this is the truth. Like you were
right.
still open to having your own experience. Plus, you have my energy to balance it, of where
Mhm.
that stuff wasn't in my mind at all.
Yeah,
So,
no.
yeah, I think if people go in already scared, then that energy is
Hmm.
going to fill the space and then it's just going to feed it and it could turn into that situation for them. But I do like the idea of kind of saging yourself before. Not that we're super negative people, but like, we do have jobs that we kind of hate all the
Yes.
time. If you just like
Yeah,
sage that stress off of you before you go into a location, think of like what a lovely experience it could be, you know?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and for those of you who don't have jobs, stressful jobs, and you're just doing ghost hunting full time, I mean, why not? If you're going from place to place to place, I mean, think of what you could be taking with you from one place to another. And maybe, again, maybe that's just that type of situation where someone came here and felt all bad stuff and just had all bad feelings. It might not have actually been this location. It might have just been what they brought. So, and if you do ghost hunt full time, that is your job. God, I'm so jealous and kudos to you.
Fucking
Please like and
jealous. Yeah.
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please be our best
Please,
friends.
I know. Tell us how we can do that too. As usual, we're on all the socials, so follow us there too. Full-time ghost hunting buddy that is now liking and subscribing our show. COTN_paranormal on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever else is out there. I don't think there's anything else. That's the only ones that I know of, and that's the only ones that I'm updating. So if there's more, Lemonade, I don't know what that is. Stop asking me to follow you. I'm not doing that.
Isn't lemonade car insurance or something? But there is
Is it?
But there is a different one out there. I know what you're talking about. I think it's lemon, but
Oh,
I don't fucking. I'm with you. I don't know. I can't do anymore. Leave us alone.
stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's it. That's all I got for tonight, today, whatever, on this location.
All right. That was perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.